Breaking. Congress just approved a law that will change life for every green card holder in the United States. Mandatory registration, annual verification, 30-day reporting requirements, and penalties that include deportation and prison time. If you have a green card, stop everything and watch this now. Hi, I'm Zane from U.S. Immigration Desk, and thank you for trusting me. What I'm about to reveal could save your green card or destroy everything you've built in America. A massive new immigration law just passed, and 13 million green card holders have exactly 90 days to comply or face deportation, criminal charges, and permanent bars from citizenship. USCIS is not sending warning letters. They expect you to know this already. Most people don't. If you're a green card holder in the United States, the next few minutes could determine whether you keep your permanent residency or lose everything you've worked years to achieve. A brand new immigration law has just been approved, and it includes mandatory requirements that will affect every single green card holder in America. Millions of people have no idea this is coming, and the consequences of not complying are devastating. We're talking about potential loss of your green card, deportation proceedings, being barred from citizenship, and even criminal penalties in extreme cases. This is not a drill. This is not speculation, and this is not something you can ignore. If you value your status in this country, if you value the future you're building here, you need to pay attention right now, because what I'm about to tell you could change everything. Welcome to U.S. Immigration Desk, your most trusted source for accurate, up-to-date information on all things related to visas, green cards, citizenship, and immigration in the United States. My mission is simple: to cut through the confusion, the legal jargon, and the misinformation, and give you clear, actionable information that protects your immigration status and helps you navigate this complex system. If this is your first time here, you've found the right place. We are a community of immigrants, visa holders, and people pursuing the American dream who refuse to be left in the dark about changes that affect our lives. Hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications, because I regularly post critical updates that could mean the difference between maintaining your status and losing everything you've worked for. Missing even one video could mean missing out on information that directly impacts your future in this country. Today, I'm breaking down this brand new immigration law that affects green card holders, and I'll tell you exactly what you need to know and do to stay compliant. The new immigration law that was just approved by Congress and signed into effect includes several significant changes to the requirements and obligations of lawful permanent residents. This law is part of a broader immigration reform package aimed at strengthening border security, improving the integrity of the immigration system, and ensuring that people who hold green cards are meeting their obligations as permanent residents. The most critical change that affects you directly is a new mandatory reporting and verification system that all green card holders must participate in. Starting immediately and with full enforcement beginning within the next 90 days, every green card holder in the United States will be required to register with a new online system, verify their current information, and provide updates whenever certain aspects of their life change. Over the past several years, immigration authorities have identified significant problems with tracking permanent residents. There are cases of people who obtained green cards, left the United States permanently without officially abandoning their status, and continue to hold valid green cards while living abroad indefinitely. There are cases of green card holders who have committed serious crimes, but immigration authorities were not notified in time to take action. There are also cases where green card holders have failed to file taxes, which is a requirement of maintaining permanent resident status, but this went undetected for years. The government estimates that there are hundreds of thousands of green cards that are technically active but belong to people who are either no longer in the country, no longer eligible, or who are not meeting their obligations. This new law is designed to close these gaps, ensure accountability, and create a system where immigration authorities have real-time information about every permanent resident in the country. The Department of Homeland Security conducted extensive research over the past 3 years that revealed alarming statistics. According to their internal reports, approximately 15% of all active green cards may belong to individuals who are no longer maintaining their permanent residence in the United States as required by law. That's more than 1.5 million green cards that are in a questionable status. Some of these individuals left the country decades ago and simply never returned. Yet their green cards were never formally revoked. Others have established permanent residence in other countries while maintaining the legal fiction that they still reside in the United States. Additionally, The government identified cases where green card holders were collecting federal benefits they were not entitled to or were avoiding tax obligations by claiming they lived abroad while simultaneously maintaining that they were U.S. residents for immigration purposes. The lack of coordination between different government agencies made it nearly impossible to catch these inconsistencies. This new law fundamentally changes that by creating a centralized system that can flag inconsistencies and alert relevant agencies when a green card holder's status or circumstances change. So what exactly does this new law require you to do? First and most importantly, you must register in the new green card holder verification system, which is officially called the Permanent Resident Accountability and Tracking System. This is an online portal that will be managed by United States Citizenship and Immigration Services. Every green card holder, regardless of how long you've had your green card, regardless of your age, and regardless of whether you're currently in the United States or temporarily abroad, must create an account in this system. The registration process requires you to provide your alien registration number, which is the number on your green card, your biographical information, including your full name, date of birth, and country of birth, your current U.S. address, your employment information, and information about any dependents who are also green card holders or U.S. citizens. The system will also require you to upload a current photograph of yourself. This photograph must meet specific requirements similar to those for passport photos. It must be taken within the last 6 months, show your full face clearly, and be against a plain white or light-colored background. Second, you must verify your information every single year. This is not a one-time registration. Once you've created your account, you will be required to log in at least once per calendar year and confirm that all of your information is still accurate or update any information that has changed. The system will send you email reminders 30 days before your verification is due, then again at 14 days and a final reminder at 7 days. However, ultimately, it is your responsibility to ensure you meet this annual verification requirement. If you fail to verify your information for 2 consecutive years, your green card will be flagged as potentially abandoned and you could face removal proceedings. Third, you must report certain changes within 30 days of when they occur. This includes changes to your address, which has always been required under existing law, but is now integrated into this new system. It also includes changes to your employment status, particularly if you become unemployed for more than 6 months. It includes any criminal arrests or convictions, even minor ones. It includes any travel outside the United States that will last longer than 6 months. And it includes changes to your marital status such as getting married, divorced, or widowed. The 30-day reporting requirement is strict, and failure to report these changes on time can result in fines and in serious cases could be considered evidence that you are not maintaining your permanent residence. If you switch jobs from one employer to another, you must report this within 30 days. If you go from being employed to unemployed, you must report this immediately. If you change from full-time to part-time employment or vice versa, this must be reported. If you start your own business or become self-employed, this is a reportable change. Fourth, you must maintain a valid email address and phone number in the system at all times. All official communications from USCIS regarding your permanent resident status will now be sent electronically to the email address you provide in this system. This means if you change your email or phone number, you must update it in the system immediately. Missing official communications because your contact information is outdated will not be accepted as an excuse for non-compliance. This law applies to every single green card holder in the United States with very limited exceptions. It doesn't matter if you got your green card last month or 20 years ago. It doesn't matter if you're currently working towards citizenship or if you plan to keep your green card indefinitely. It doesn't matter if you're employed, retired, a student, or a homemaker. If you hold a valid green card, you are subject to these requirements. The only exceptions are for green card holders who are under the age of 14, in which case a parent or legal guardian must register and maintain the account on their behalf. And for individuals who are incapacitated due to severe mental or physical disability. Even if you are 70, 80, or 90 years old and have been a green card holder for decades, you must still register and complete annual verifications. Let me address the timeline and deadlines because this is where many people are going to get into trouble if they don't pay attention. The new system officially launches in 60 days from today. However, There will be a 90-day grace period after the launch during which registration is voluntary but strongly encouraged. After that 90-day grace period ends, registration becomes mandatory. That means you have essentially 5 months from today to register in the system. Now, I know that might sound like a lot of time, but here's why you should not wait. The USCIS website and systems are notorious for crashing during high traffic periods. When millions of green card holders all try to register at the same time as the deadline approaches, the system will likely become slow or temporarily unavailable. My strong recommendation is to register within the first 30 days after the system launches. Don't be the person scrambling on the last day. To put this in perspective, there are approximately 13 million green card holders in the United States. If even half of them wait until the final month to register, that's 6.5 million people trying to access the system simultaneously. The USCIS technical infrastructure was not designed to handle that kind of simultaneous load. You do not want to be in a position where the deadline is tomorrow. You're trying to register and the system is down or so slow it's unusable. Give yourself time. Register early. What happens if you don't comply? This is the part that should get your full attention. If you fail to register in the system by the mandatory deadline, your green card will be flagged as non-compliant. You will receive a notice from USCIS giving you one final 30-day opportunity to register and avoid penalties. If you still don't register after that final notice, several things will happen. First, your green card status will be considered potentially abandoned, and you may be required to appear for an interview to explain why you failed to comply. Second, if you attempt to travel internationally and return to the United States, you may be detained at the port of entry and your green card could be confiscated. You would then have to go through removal proceedings to either prove you deserve to keep your status or face deportation. Third, you will become ineligible to apply for U.S. citizenship until you have come into compliance and maintained compliance for at least 3 consecutive years. Fourth, you could face civil fines of up to $1,000 for failure to comply with the registration requirement. In cases where authorities believe someone deliberately avoided registration in order to hide criminal activity, immigration violations, or to continue living abroad while maintaining a green card fraudulently, criminal charges could potentially be filed. This criminal offense carries a potential penalty of up to 2 years in federal prison and fines of up to $25,000. Now let's talk about the positive aspects of this new system because it's not all bad news. One significant benefit is that by keeping your information current in this system, you create a clear, documented record of your compliance with permanent resident obligations. If you ever apply for citizenship, this record will work in your favor, showing that you have been a law-abiding, compliant, permanent resident. Additionally, the system will provide you with a secure online portal where you can access your immigration records, download official documents, check the status of any pending applications, and receive important updates about changes to immigration law or policy that might affect you. Another benefit is that the system will automatically notify you of important deadlines, such as when your green card is approaching its expiration date and needs to be renewed. Many people miss these deadlines because they forget to check the date on their card and then they end up with an expired green card, which creates problems for employment verification and travel. With the new system, you'll receive automated reminders 90 days before your card expires, 60 days before, 30 days before, and at 2 weeks before expiration. For green card holders who travel frequently, the system includes a feature where you can pre-report your travel plans, including your intended departure date, destination, and expected return date. This creates a record that can be helpful if you're ever questioned about the length of your absences from the United States. When you return from international travel, Customs and Border Protection officers will be able to see in real time that you pre-reported this trip, which can help expedite your entry process. The system also includes helpful resources such as a comprehensive FAQ section, video tutorials in multiple languages explaining how to use various features, and links to official USCIS policy guidance about permanent resident obligations. Let me address some specific situations that people have been asking about. If you are currently outside the United States, either temporarily or for an extended period, you are still required to register in this system. The system is accessible from anywhere in the world with an internet connection, so physical presence in the US is not required for registration. However, if you have been outside the United States for more than 1 year, or if you have been outside for more than 6 months without obtaining a re-entry permit, you may already be at risk of having abandoned your green card status. In that case, registering in the system alone will not solve your problem. You should consult with an immigration attorney immediately. If you obtained your green card through marriage to a U.S. citizen and you are still within the 2-year conditional period, you are also subject to these new requirements. Your conditional green card is still a green card, and you must register and comply with all reporting obligations. For green card holders who are elderly or who have limited English proficiency and are not comfortable using computers, USCIS has stated that they will provide assistance. You can call the USCIS Contact Center at 1-800-375-5283 and request help with registration, or you can visit a local USCIS field office where staff can assist you. Additionally, many community organizations, immigrant resource centers, and legal aid organizations will be offering free workshops and assistance with registration. I will be posting information about these resources as they become available here on U.S. Immigration Desk. So, make sure you're subscribed to this channel and watching for updates. One very important point about privacy and data security needs to be addressed. Many people are concerned about providing so much personal information to a government database. However, the reality is that USCIS already has all of this information about you from your original green card application. This new system is primarily about keeping that information current and creating a mechanism for ongoing verification. The information you provide in this system is protected under federal privacy laws, and USCIS has stated that the system uses advanced encryption and security measures to protect your data. That said, you should always use strong, unique passwords for your account. Enable two-factor authentication if available, and never share your login credentials with anyone. Be especially cautious about phishing attempts. Scammers will likely try to take advantage of this new requirement by sending fake emails or creating fake websites designed to steal your information. Always access the system by going directly to the official USCIS website. Never click on links in emails claiming to be from USCIS. Let me also talk about what you should do to prepare right now today before the system even launches. First, locate your green card and make sure you know your alien registration number, which is also called your number. This is printed on the front of your green card. If you have lost your green card or if it was stolen, you need to file the appropriate form immediately to get a replacement. You cannot register in the new system without a valid number. Second, gather your documents. You'll need your passport, your green card, proof of your current address, such as a utility bill or lease agreement, and information about your employment or source of income. Third, make sure you have a reliable email address that you check regularly. If you don't have an email address, create one now. Free email services like Gmail, Yahoo, or Outlook are perfectly acceptable. Fourth, if you've had any addresses, jobs, or name changes since you got your green card, write down a timeline with dates. Fifth, mark your calendar right now. Set a reminder for yourself to register as soon as the system launches. Do not procrastinate on this. I also want to address some common myths and misinformation that are already circulating about this new law. Myth number 1. This is a path to taking away green cards from large numbers of people. This is false. The purpose of this system is compliance and accountability, not mass deportation. If you are a law-abiding green card holder who meets your obligations, this system should not threaten your status. Myth number 2. Once you register, immigration authorities will constantly monitor everything you do. This is an exaggeration. The system is designed to collect specific required information at specific times. It's not continuous surveillance. Myth number 3. If you're applying for citizenship soon, you don't need to worry about this. This is completely false. Until the moment you take the oath of citizenship and receive your certificate of naturalization, you are still a green card holder and subject to all green card holder requirements. Failing to comply with this new requirement could delay or even derail your citizenship application. For those of you who are wondering whether you should just apply for citizenship now to avoid dealing with this new system, let me give you some perspective. If you're eligible for citizenship, meaning you've had your green card for at least 5 years or 3 years if you got it through marriage to a U.S. citizen, and you meet all the other requirements, then yes, applying for citizenship is always a good idea. U.S. citizens have more rights, more security, and fewer obligations to report to the government than green card holders. However, The citizenship process takes time, typically between 8 and 12 months from application to oath ceremony and sometimes longer. During that entire time, you are still a green card holder and you must comply with all green card holder requirements, including this new registration system. Plus, having a good compliance record in this system will actually strengthen your citizenship application. We've reached the end of this critical update here at U.S. Immigration Desk. I genuinely hope this video has given you complete clarity on this new immigration law, what it means for green card holders, and exactly what you need to do to protect your status. This information is too important to keep to yourself. Please give this video a thumbs up so the algorithm shows it to more people who need to see it. Share it with your family members, your friends, your coworkers, anyone you know who has a green card. Many people have no idea this change is coming, and you could save someone from serious immigration problems by making sure they see this information. If you haven't subscribed to U.S. Immigration Desk yet, do it right now. Click that subscribe button and hit the notification bell because I will continue to bring you critical updates on immigration law, policy changes, and practical advice for protecting your status in the United States. Drop a comment below if you have questions, if you want to share your concerns, or if there are other immigration topics you'd like me to cover in future videos. I read every comment and your input helps me create content that serves this community. If you would like to receive more daily updates about U.S. immigration, visas, citizenship, and travel, you are welcome to stay connected here at U.S. Immigration Desk. Thank you so much for watching U.S. Immigration Desk today and for taking the time to educate yourself about your rights and responsibilities. Remember, knowledge is power, especially in immigration matters. The more you know, the better you can protect yourself and your family. Stay informed, stay compliant, and don't let deadlines catch you by surprise. I'll see you in the next video at U.S. Immigration Desk. Take care, stay vigilant, and make sure you register when that system launches.